Oh, whoops.
Jesus Christ.
That wasn't on recording, right?
It is now.
No.
So we got a weird noise from you and then you saying whoops.
I didn't say anything of the sort.
Hi there, folks. Our pain is eternal.
But gladly, I got a pick-me-up from yesterday, so I'm ready for today.
Yes. Oh, God. We're continuing this. Gotta go fast.
It's time for fast.
Gotta go speed. We're on chapter 5.
The best chapter, am I right?
Sure enough, the door was open. Tom, Roger, Mike, and Vicky into the classroom. The classroom that the anime club took place in was a fairly large room found on the first floor of the college. Which building, I don't fucking know. Tom placed his laptop on a desk while Mike searched for the projector. Apparently, it wasn't hanging from the ceiling.
Found it! Mike pulled out the projector from, I guess...
No, I didn't finish.
Oh, fuck. There's like... Oh, they say... Fuck! Continue.
Vicky sat at a desk while Roger pulled down the projector screen. Where the fuck's the projector? Have you tried looking up, Mike?
Found it. Mike pulled out the projector from somewhere, as well as the cable required from the closet.
Apparently it was in the closet of this classroom.
I don't want to read this anymore already.
Immediate pain.
Immediate disappointment.
This is the big sad.
The closet brought over to Tom, who looked it over and worked on it as Mike plugged into the wall to power it, using the remote to turn it on. After getting everything plugged in, Tom looked to see his desktop on the projection screen. All right, we're all set. You guys ready? Yeah, Roger nodded.
Why are there so many unnecessary details? He used the remote to turn it on.
Because long story equals good story.
No, it doesn't.
Exactly.
If long things were always good, that would mean that Mahler was actually a good channel. It's not. It's a fucking shit tier channel. Don't look for them to review. Don't look to them for reviews.
Don't look here either.
Well, at least we put in some effort.
Do we really, though?
We also don't pretend that we're the only opinion that matters.
Really,
or that
though?
objective criticism is a thing. Fucking stupid to think that. Anyway. Hell yeah, man, Mike agreed, sitting next to Vicky. That's a weird-looking game icon you got there, Tom. Vicky commented, pointing at the X-shaped fissure icon. I know, right? It's fucking what? Tom's voice halted as he looked at the X on his screen. Was his eyes... God damn it. Was his eyes playing tricks on him, or was the X icon even bigger than the last time he saw it? The lines looked as if they had lengthened slightly, a few more cracks forming from the fissure.
This brings me much rage.
Oh my god, the next line.
Tom ultimately decided to suppress these doubts? No. Oh,
before
sorry.
That.
Would they see it? What?
Hey. Starts with hey. Previous paragraph.
Hey, does that X look bigger to you guys?
They never saw it before.
Tom asked
He's
Bradley.
The only one that's seen it.
What do you mean?
Oh my god.
Roger asked, his brow furrowed in confusion. Yeah, I mean, it is a pretty big projection, Mike said cluelessly. Huh? Tom was feeling that old sense of dread from before the last time he played this game. He was worried about what this could all mean, what might happen Would he see that creature again? Would they see it? Well, it's the fucking game. The creature. All
Hey
right,
guys,
gamers.
does that look bigger to you than it did before? Well, we've never seen it before, so I don't fucking know. We got no frame of reference, dipshit.
We're not mind readers.
Fucking God.
I don't
Basic
think God can save us
material.
from this.
I mean, he couldn't save me from fucking saying modeled right.
I can just imagine a preacher just preaching, and then he says something wrong, and then like the heavens open up, and God's like, "You're saying that wrong. Do it again."
God damn it. Hey. Tom ultimately decided to suppress these doubts for the sake of entertaining his friends with this game and to see for himself what else this game had to offer.
You should
Never
never
mind.
give in to peer pressure.
Let's just get to playing. He moved the mouse over the icon, clicked it, and then wait. Again, you don't need to describe the process. Watching the screen on his laptop as his friends watched the projection screen sitting ahead of him while he sat behind them. I can't fucking tell if this is a well-crafted troll or not. By well-crafted, I mean shitty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's the kind of thing, like with a Neil Breen movie, you know, like, no, this is not intentionally bad. This man believes that he is making a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, God.
Sucks when you can't tell if they're trying to be shitty or not.
Yeah, because, like, Sharknado, you know they're trying to be shitty. That's why the movies are fucking boring.
Oof. Yeah.
They are.
I haven't watched Sharknado.
Intentionally bad movies are fucking boring.
Yeah. But I don't watch enough movies to have a frame of reference for this, so I shouldn't really be talking, but yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like, whenever that first one comes out and they try to make it shitty again on purpose and it loses its charm.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like, something that someone thought was, like, going to be amazing but turned out bad tends to be a lot more entertaining. Manos the Hands of Fate is fucking hilarious. And people are like, oh, it's the worst movie ever. No, it's fucking not. No, it's fucking not. It's just an entertaining kind of bad.
What really is the worst movie ever?
I mean...
And how do you... where do you set the limit on the movie? Like, are there different classes? Like, is there the worst, like, A-list movie or whatever the fuck, how they...
Well, yeah, there's that kind of thing. There's also the whole thing of, like, different types of bad. Like I said earlier, there's the inept but entertaining kind of bad, like your Neil Breens, your Birdemics, your...
I mean, like, legitimately, like...
Yeah, like, legitimately...
Don't watch this.
I don't know, what's on the bottom of IMDb's bottom 100?
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't want, like, some, like, this is, like... movie made by some random person out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, like, I want this to be like
an
authentic movie they put into theaters that everyone was, like, they expected it to be good. No, it's not.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, a lot of these, no one expects them to be good. Like, no one thought Disaster Movie was going to be good. Who the fuck put Manos the Hands of Fate at number 3 on the bottom 100? You're a fucking dumbass. Birdemic Shock and Terror is at number 5. God damn. Saving Christmas, I can understand. That movie was shit. Although it was entertaining kind of shit due to the fact that they thought it was going to be good. Battlefield Earth is at 15. No one thought that was going to be good except the Scientologists.
How do I even do the top or bottom?
I just searched bottom 100. Jaws the Revenge is at 27. Troll 2 is at 29. Again, Troll 2 is something that's, like, enjoyably bad. That's not something that you put on the bottom fucking 100. That's
Super
something
Baby Geniuses 2, yeah, that deserves a low rating.
Oh, yeah. I mean, so does Disaster Movie. It's a really shitty comedy. Bad comedies are honestly the worst kind. Bad comedies are the worst kind of comedies because any other genre, if it's bad, you can laugh at how, like, what the fuck? But whenever it's a comedy...
It's bad at humor.
It's bad at being funny. And so it's just... Why?
Daniel the Wizard? What?
hobgoblins?
Evil assassins who want to kill Daniel Kubluk, the third runner-up for the German Idols. What?
Okay, Jack and Jill, I can understand being on here.
Kazam? Is that the?
That's the Shaquille O'Neal Genie movie
Yep. All right.
that people apparently thought starred Sinbad. I don't know. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation, Scary Movie 5, Master of Disguise, Hercules in New York.
Hercules in
Okay.
New York? Yo, that sounds like
Okay.
a stupid movie. Oh, the
It was-
2018 Slenderman's on here. Oof.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can
that
get
movie
that.
was
I can get
terrible.
behind that. Yeah.
But Hercules in New York is Arnold Schwarzenegger's first starring role. Before he spoke any English, so they dubbed him over the entire time, and they changed his name in the credits to Arnold Strong.
That's.
He fights a bear in Central Park.
He's on the fucking horses. Oh, this is adorable.
The room's at number 60. Again, fuck off. Okay, I can understand 50 Shades of Black. That was god-awful. The 2006 Wicker Man doesn't deserve to be on here. Neither does Mac and Me. Let's see.
Captain America?
That would have been
1990s Captain
the
America.
1990s one, the one where he steals people's cars.
Nice.
Let's see. Cat in the Hat, yeah.
I Know Who Killed Me?
Yeah, that one was bad. Oh, the remake of Prom Night. Ew.
The Adventures of Pluto Nash.
Oh, God,
Oh,
don't
is it in
remind me that
3D?
exists. Don't remind me that exists.
It's on the list. I'd had nothing to do with it.
Speed 2 Cruise Control. That was the one where it was speed, but on a boat.
Also, this is by ranking. There's also IMDb ranking. All right.
Which ranking is it?
I was doing ranking, and then there's IMDb ranking.
What?
Yeah, there's
Is that-
ranking, and then IMDb ranking.
IMDb ranking just seems to be from 100 to 1 instead of from 1 to 100. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Whoops. Woo! Tom's gone. We're back on the tangents. Let's go.
Well, also, it's this.
Yeah.
Fuck. Who said the last one?
Fuck if I know. I think
I think it's
said,
your line.
hey. Yeah,
Just like last time. Yeah.
The screen went black, then silence, but instead of hearing the Green Hill music box like last time, immediately cut to the sky background with the Sonic title. This surprised Tomas a little bit, but he ignored it and just pressed enter. Hearing Vicky eagerly say, "I like that sky background, it looks so peaceful." Once again, that creature's voice. Hiya there, gamers.
Hiya! Glad to see you're back.
Hey, it's Sonic, Mike exclaimed
my
in surprise. No, it's not, Thomas assured him. A hint of worry in his voice. They weren't with him the first time he played the game. Hearing that voice already sent a chill down Tom's spine. He was worried about what might happen, but he wasn't going to back out now. He continued listening to the voices and continued talking.
Oh my god, in that one moment, it suddenly felt like this was written by a 40-year-old TV exec who doesn't understand how video games works, but wants to have an episode in a TV show he's producing be about them. Tell me I'm wrong.
A bit. I can see it. Yeah, I'm just thinking this is a really shitty .exe game. I'm associating with that, so it's more like it's like some kid who tried to make a spooky game who has no idea how to do it.
Like, oh god. Hey, it's Sonic! What the fuck?
I would love to make an episode about video games, but the entire time it's like an online multiplayer game, so you just have some idiot in the background screaming insults at everyone.
Like, oh god. Oh yeah, I decided to check out the TV show iZombie because hey, you know what, this looks kind of interesting. And for the most part, it's an entertaining show. But dear God, they fall into the most TV doesn't understand video games thing. Because I think the first thing I noticed
was Dying Light being played. First person screen. 2 people on the couch, each one having a controller.
I'm about to beat this man. That's not how you Dying Light. You need 2 TVs to do that. And 2 consoles. What the fuck?
I mean, that is the best way to... that's the only way to couch game nowadays.
Yeah.
I miss couch gaming.
Just don't even couch game with your friends in the room. Just do it at home.
I don't know. You see, what you do is you take everyone's consoles and everyone's TVs, and you bring them all to the same place.
Yeah,
and you
LAN
place
party.
them side by side.
Nah, side by side is how you get fucking screen watchers, dude.
I mean, it depends on what you're playing as to whether or not that's a problem. I doubt that's a problem with something like Dying Light.
Does Dying Light even have LAN? That's the real question.
Or, like, fucking Minecraft.
Oh, Dying Light free offline LAN multiplayer tutorial. So there's a literal tutorial for doing LAN. So no, it's a bit harder to do LAN on Dying Light.
Oh god, I just imagine doing that with fucking Monster. We're all in the same room.
Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
We've lined up the TVs next to each other. Alright, team. Oh god.
You could just hear, like, everyone's in, like, separate areas, and you just hear the Basil Geese theme in one, you're just like, oh fuck.
Da 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 da.
Honestly, I'd be a horrible person to do LAN Monster Hunter with. Mainly because I would lead the monsters to everyone else.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were going to launch people with your weapon.
I do that intentionally. But my friends have a strat with that, though.
Well,
like,
yeah, it could
heads
be
up.
used strategically.
To beat boop? Yeah, of course it can be used to beat boop. That's the point.
Or you could just fuck over your teammates with it.
Well, no, I'm not that much of an asshole.
The monster's down there. Alright, you go first. No, you go first. Whack! Launch them off the cliff.
What if we tried doing that in the Monster Hunter D&D thing?
I'd have to have an area with a cliff. Ah, fuck.
No, that's the whole point of launching people. You do it on solid ground and you launch them into the air.
Oh, I was thinking like launching them off of a cliff at the monster.
No, I'm doing this on solid ground.
Okay, solid ground. I think that would probably have to be like a strength check type thing.
Yeah. Can only do it with the specific weapons that can launch people too.
Yeah, and then they'd probably have to make a check to make sure they don't get hurt by it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I haven't decided on a new game this time. I've had a bit of a busy day, so instead I'm gonna drop someone into a new room for you. Feel free to explore. No one's going anywhere after all.
That's what I would have. That's when I would have tried to leave the room. Just like, alright, fuck this. Fuck you, Sonic, I'm leaving. As the voice laughed, with Roger sarcastically commenting, oh yeah, that laugh's not going to get annoying anytime soon, Tom reflected on the way the creature's voice worded all that. Dread already steeled him to be ready for whatever could happen. The screen faded to a new location. Tom wasn't sure if this was still part of the Ruined City level. Looked like a long hallway lined with many doors. Oh no, it's the room right outside there. It's the hall of the school. Ooh.
Oh my god, if that's what it is. Oh my... Like, I was gonna make a joke about just... You know what, fuck you, Sonic, I'm gonna summon Starkit, but... Also,
well, of course, Starkit's like the ultimate demon hunter.
You and your petty new gods. I have something far more ancient and terrible. Meow.
Starkit, he's gay.
The homophobic elder beast. Oh god. The overall bright theme of the place made it look like this was the hallway of in a hotel. How many fucking hotels have you been to?
Hotels have lots of doors.
No,
Right?
no, no. The bright theme of the place?
No. Hotels are not bright, yeah.
Not usually. Like, even the, like, high-end ones I've been to in Vegas typically kind of, like, just dingy lighting in the hallways.
Yeah, it's supposed to have a more mellow feel. If it was too bright, all the drunk bastards at Vegas are just going to be like, "Oh, my eyes!"
Yeah, tell me about it. I mean, yeah, totally. Tom moved the camera to see. To his surprise, he was playing his new character, Sally Acorn. Hey, it's that chick Sonic hung out with in that one cartoon.
Cartoon? I think she was in the comics too. That's probably
She
what they're
was
going to go
also in
with.
the comic, but I think less people know about the comics than they do about Sonic Sat AM.
Well, yeah, but you forgot these guys are fucking Sonic nerds.
I think we already made the joke that they were fake Sonic nerds too.
Yeah.
Oh god, Mike spoke up.
She first appeared, in the Sonic comics.
Sat AM. Oh, in the comic? What?
Her first appearance was as Sonic the Hedgehog number 252.
Is that just
In the
talking about the comics or
Sonic.
overall?
Yep, Archie. It's in the Archie comics. The first appearance was in Archie comics.
Okay, because I could have swore that like Sat AM preluded the Sonic Archie comics, but I don't know.
Maybe. Let's actually see.
Snapping his fingers as he struck a thought. Fuck you too. Going around fucking punching me.
No, is this only the... Okay, maybe this might be the... God damn it, did this put me on not... Fuck this. Hold on. Now I've got to confirm something.
What?
Okay, so there's Sally Acorn. It's Princess Sally. Then there's Princess Sally on the Saturday AM. Let's see. God fucking damn it. They have two... They're like... God, these Sonic fucking nerds are considering them two different fucking people. There's two different web pages for this. I can't tell who's who first.
Jesus Christ.
Date. Okay, the date of the issue she came out was 4th of September in 2013, yeah.
In the comics?
Yeah, okay, Sally came out a long time before then, probably.
Yeah, because the
1993.
Yeah. The Sat
Alright
AM
then.
show in like the fucking 90s, so. Okay. You mean Sally? Vicky asked him as Tom moved her down the hall of doors.
That's a lot of doors.
Okay. Oh, God. The dialogue in this just fucking hurts me. It's your line.
I know, but I'm...
Ah. God.
God fucking damn it. Okay, on the back of this issue contains a publication date of issue number 0, November 24th, 1992. This is also the release date of the Sonic Hedgehog 2. So Sonic Adventures, Archie Sonic the Hedgehog issue 1/4. It's apparently the first instance of fucking pre-Genesis Wave Sally Acorn. And Sally Saturday Morning came out in fucking... Let's see. Sonic
Oh my
Boom.
God.
On September 1993. God fucking damn. So, no. Sally technically showed up in 1992 in the Archie Comics number 1/4. Technically, if I recall.
Well, there's also the added question due to how much time it takes for a show to be produced before it finally comes out on TV.
And I'm wondering if they collabed on this bullshit.
Yeah, like, was it the whole thing of she was being produced for the show, and then, like, before the show came out, she was put in the comics, but the designs technically were put in the show first? What the... Oh, God damn it!
Concept and creation. Sally was created during the early development of the Sonic the Hedgehog series. Let's see. Initially, Sally was drawn as a human redhead with purple skin. She was later drawn with blonde hair but retaining her skin color. These designs were ultimately scrapped through unknown circumstances. However, Sally was redesigned as a chipmunk.
Yeah.
An early design of Sally was featured in the article Sonic the Poster Mag number 1. that announced a new Sonic animated series starring Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay, so if the early design was used in the poster mag that was like advertising, announcing that the show was going to come out some point in the future, then that would hint that that was where it started, right?
I'm saying, but this fucking.
I mean,
because this is like implying that it's a fucking like. Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Like, this is a scrapped Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon. Like,
Well,
it's not Sonic Saturday Morning or whatever you're talking about. This is literally like fuck, this is like
oh my god.
like I'm looking for more synopsis in the gallery for like the early Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, and it's like super vague, and like there's no actual plot synopsis for episodes, implying it didn't even come out. So Sally wasn't even made for the Sonic the Hedgehog morning cartoon. She was made for the scrapped Sonic cartoon.
And then like recycled for Archie Comics and Sat AM.
Yeah.
Which only got like one season, if memory serves. There was a cliffhanger at the end of the first season, and the second season never came out.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I swear this is just gonna give me a fucking stroke.
I hate how this wiki is. You know how like there's like in other wikis there's like characters and there's like disembogulations, right? Like, do you mean this Sally or this Sally or this Sally, right?
Yeah.
No, in this fucking one they're just like, you want this Sally, or this Sally. If you're on this wiki, you know what the fuck you're looking for. So there's no disembogulation page.
Disambiguation.
Discombobulated. That's what I fucking am.
It's derived from ambiguous.
Yeah. Oh god, Sally's pink in this one.
Oh god. I think it's time to stop.
Oh god, she's in a Sailor Moon outfit. Oh god, okay, we're stopping. We're getting out. We're leaving. Where's it my line? Where the fuck are we?
That's what she's called.
That's what she said. Mike responded, huh? The more you know. Tom, meanwhile, was unsure about which door to enter. He didn't want to risk falling for a trap, but at the same time, he wanted to see what else was in the game. Roger then spoke up. Go through that door. Tom looked up to see Roger was pointing at the door right next to Sally on his left. Tom moved to the door and Sally opened it. Sally had entered the strange room. It was a large room, except it seemed distorted. Ooh.
Furniture looked like they were slanted or twisted, deformed, and on the walls and ceiling, both of which seemed crooked and bent in bizarre ways. Was the furniture on the walls or in ceiling? Is that what you're trying to say?
Homie, that chair, it's on the ceiling. What do we do?
I want to get my phone on the ceiling.
I want to take my horse to the Old Town Road.
Just a matter of time before you're stealing. Ain't lying, ain't no good in my heart.
I've got horses in the back.
Horses in the attic? I think that's a personal problem. If Tom was unnerved by the whole experience, he would have assumed this room would have belonged to a fun house at a carnival. Tom heard Mike comment with a loud, "Dude, this is fucking awesome."
No.
As he had Sally explore the distorted room for another door. Oh my god.
Eventually, Tom found one after wandering through the room, and so he had opened it, and then he found Sally entering another room. What? One that, for some reason, disturbed Tom even more. It was another large room, except it wasn't all distorted or deformed like the previous one.
Instead, it was a nice-looking, dimly lit room. The horror, but it wasn't that Tom or the others had. It wasn't that Tom and the others had noticed. In the center of the room, suspended by what looked like strings, was what looked like a red fox.
Oh my god, that's Fiona. Oh fuck, it's the fucking edgy fox from last one. Fuck this. Vicky suddenly shouted in surprise as Tom had Sally walk closer to get a good look at her. Who's Fiona? Mike asked confused. Fiona Fox, you dumbass. Vic answered rather irritably. Holy shit, it is, Tom muttered. God, I can't believe you don't know who the fuck Sonic is, you fucking troglodyte. God damn.
Oh my god. Indeed, it was Fiona Fox from the Archie comics. She seemed to wear only a bra and panties and was strung up and suspended by the strings like she was some kind
What?
of puppet, her head
Back
drooping
up.
down. She looked unconscious. I'm not backing up because fuck this.
This is going in a very bad direction.
Yes,
I don't like
this never had a good direction.
I know, but there was like a bad direction it was going, and then it said, let's go even worse in that direction. God damn.
I wanna get my flow.
Oh my god, I found the best part of the Sonic Wiki.
Oh my god.
Are you ready for this?
No.
Get ready for
Fan.
It's the fan. Fan is my favorite Sonic character. They also began to notice how beat up she looked. Her hair was a mess, her fur seemed unkempt, and there was a map of surgical scars all over her body. Some of them appearing to be recent, as if someone performed a live autopsy on her.
Ow, the edge.
Can we just read the, description for the fan instead? That would be much more fun.
Suddenly, they all jumped as Fiona's head shot up with a sharp gasp, her eyes wide and terrifying. She looked at Sally, and then she spoke, her voice tiny, weak, and scared. Help me. Get me out of here, please, before he comes back.
Oh god, why are there pictures of Rouge taking a bath on this wiki?
What the fuck?
It's from the Sonic.exe series, too. She's just, chilling there with that weird gremlin dude, just get the fuck out of here. I'm taking a bath, and you're ruining it.
Oh, fuck
right,
yeah, I found that gif.
Clamor. Aw, what a cute name. Suddenly, you read that? You read Suddenly or whatever?
I read Suddenly.
No fucking kidding, Mike agreed. Vicky nodded, looking at Fiona, a hand over her mouth as the poor female fox was breaking down in tears and begging. Please, you have to get me out of here. I can't take another paragraph.
Yeah.
One. Tom let go.
God
Tom,
damn it.
let's go into another room. This is starting to freak me out, Roger said, looking at Tom. Then fucking leave the room in real life. And by real life, I mean not the game. Fuck, this is confusing me now.
Fuck. Just a sec. I was wanting to share a GIF I found because it makes me laugh, but...
Is it about a fan? It better be.
No.
Tylee Ross?
What?
Tylee Ross is a Canadian recording artist and the actor who provided the singing voice for Manic the Hedgehog in Sonic Underground. Yo, let's see what Tylee Ross is up to right now.
Are you gonna tweet her?
I'm going to Twitter. It's him. It's a
Okay.
Tylee Ross voice. Attention singers, it's cold and flu season, so my amazing colleagues at the NYU Langland Voice Center are offering a timely webinar. Navigating the common cold for singers. It's timely, free, and super simple to register for. Highly recommended. Aw, this seems like a really good boy. Tylee Ross seems like a very good boy. He only has 5 tweets, but he's still a good boy.
I don't know why. That's a good boy. That's best boy.
He is a good boy, that's the thing.
There we go. It put the GIF in. I'm not apologizing.
That's fine, you don't have to. Let's see. He's got his own website! Tylee Ross Voice Studio.
I was going to say, if he's a voice actor, pretty good chance that he might have built his own website.
Singing in the MRI. Ooh, he sung in the MRI? That's pretty cool looking. Study with Tylee? Yo, you want to study with Tylee?
I'd love to study voice acting.
How do
I just don't have the money.
Tylee, how do I look up IMDb? Let's see what this man's done. In her mother's eyes, A Kiss of Death, Sonic Under Dept, not death, dept, like money. Sonic Underground, The Adventures of Shirley Holmes. What? It's like female Sherlock Holmes?
I'm guessing. Probably like one of those whole things where it's supposed to be like a descendant of Sherlock Holmes or some shit.
Yeah. Kung Fu, The Legend Continues. For better or worse, The Good for Nothing. For better or worse, A Valentine's from the Heart. This sounds like this fucking, Hallmark movie things.
Oh, God.
Maniac Mansion, Army Fisher, My Story, Map of the Human Heart, Dennis the Menace. What?
Which
He was
Dennis
in
the
Dennis
Menace?
The TV series.
Because there's like two different Dennis the Menaces. There's the English
It's an
character.
animated TV series.
Well, because there's the English Dennis the Menace and the American Dennis the Menace, and they're two very different characters.
He's blonde. Is that
okay? That's the American one.
Let's see. He's in Wilson's Night Out, slash the write-off, slash Hash on the Castle, Cooked Goose. Okay, wow, these are lots of slashes. This dude's in like 13 episodes of Dennis the Menace. Then he's got 3 soundtracks: Intelligence, Sonic Underground, and The Adventures of Shirley Holmes. Right? He looks like a good boy. That's the thing. He looks like a very good boy. He's got a nice smiling face. He's just
What's
a
his
sweet
name
boy.
again?
It's Tylee Ross.
How do you spell that?
Tyley and then Ross.
Tyley?
Yeah.
Okay. And I just dropped my fucking glow in the dark basic. Oh, there it is.
He's like some like bald dude who's got like clean shave kind of thing, very little hair in his face. He just looks like a good boy, okay? He looks like a good happy boy who's like happy with his life choices, okay? He's like, I'm a successful singer, I do lots of stuff for fun, and I'm a happy boy, okay?
Okay, so this is the whole MRI singing thing. So basically, like just like a cross section of someone singing. Got ya.
Yeah. What did you think when I said singing in the MRI?
I have no fucking clue. I thought that might have been a music group.
Oh no, it's just something he
I
did.
didn't know
He
it was
literally
an
sung
actual
in the MRI.
So you just say he sang in the MRI, and it's like, okay. I don't know what exactly you mean. Anyway.
But yeah, he's a good boy. Yeah, sorry.
Don't have to tell me twice. Tom nodded, already scared by what was going on. He had Sally head out the door he came from. As he did, Fiona started to protest, her voice rising with fear. No, don't go. Don't go, please. Don't leave me in here. Don't leave me in here. The minute Sally was out the door, Fiona's frantic screams for help immediately stopped, as if someone had muted her.
See you later, gamer. Can't hear you on the other side of the door. Tom and his friends were in shock. The room Sally had entered was not the room he was in before. It was a disturbing looking room. Far more surreal than the distorted roof from earlier. Spacious, many-angled, and spatial or geometrical logic of this room was completely wrong. Okay, Tom had felt like it was looking at MC Escher's relativity painting with this room. With the stairs and doors all being in places they couldn't, shouldn't, and haven't been, or have been in. Alright, whatever.
Couldn't, shouldn't have been in.
Man, fuck you, English.
Again, this isn't scary. You see that in a video game, and it's like, oh, well, that's weird. I guess they programmed the thing in to where if you go back through this door, you end up in a different room than you were when you left it.
Honestly, if someone dared to put this in a game, I'd eat myself with those stairs.
Was also ignoring the fact, this is basically just suddenly turned into fucking layers of fear.
Now I want to have an FPS game and an MC Escher style painting.
God damn it. What the fuck? Mike exclaimed breathlessly, looking at the straight side of the room Sally was currently in. Weren't we just in that funhouse room not too long ago? This is getting goddamn free. None of this is shit that I would have just assumed was programmed in the game. I don't know if we should keep
this is pathetic and edgy. Let's just do something else, guys.
I don't know if we should keep playing this, guys. Vicky said, an obvious hint of fear in her voice. Just what is this game? Tom thought as he had Sally traversing. I push my finger to my eye.
It sucks.
The pain. Jesus, it never. Anyway, your line.
He watched as instead of going up one of the stairs looked like they were going sideways instead of up toward the door that looked like it was upside down. After opening the door, Tom and his friends became even more confused as Sally had entered another completely different room. This one not as distorted as many angled, but instead had entered a dilapidated street.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Tom was back in the ruined city area. Whoa, talk about your fixer-upper this place, Mike commented as Tom had Sally traverse the area. This game is really weird, Roger mumbled, sitting back with a sigh. Tom was on the alert by this point. The last time he was in the ruined city, he stumbled across that Sonic creature. Thankfully, his fears subsided, as it felt like the creature wasn't here this time as he explored it. Suddenly, those fears immediately shot back the minute he heard a clown-like laughter again, echoing across the silence of the city. The sudden abruptness of the laughter making all his friends jump.
All this can remind me of is the clown from Dead by Daylight and his laughter, because instead of laughing, he coughs like a heavy smoker. So all I'm thinking is... Fucking hell! Roger gasped. Who the hell's laughing? Mike asked in a demanding tone. Just then, Tom's screen froze and suddenly started to glitch and distort. Spooky. It also started to heat up at an alarming rate. Withdrawing his hand from it, he looked up at the projector screen. His heart momentarily stopped the minute he looked. The creature was in the projector screen, facing a brick wall, his back towards Tom and his friends, and Sally nowhere to be seen.
This confused Tom as the projector screen was running perfectly fine, even though his laptop screen was getting eaten up by pure glitch.
Hey, that's pretty weird.
Congratulations, the first thing that even resembles a scary movie, and it's not actually a good scary movie, but instead one of the big Hollywood scary movies that conditions people to treat actually well-made scary movies as if they weren't scary. Which is how you end up. There's a reason I don't trust fucking audience reviews for horror movies, because they are so fucking stupid.
Oh, I thought you meant they did it in the movie somehow. And I was like, how in the fuck do they do that?
Look up fucking like oh god, like some of the reviews for Hereditary were so fucking stupid because it was this whole thing. There wasn't a single scare the entire movie. Yeah, there weren't any fucking jump scares, you fucking whore.
Alright.
Jump scares aren't fucking scary.
Was that made by a reviewer or like one of the, random people that watch it,
It was one of the audience reviews.
Right, audience.
I don't fucking trust audience reviews because the fucking general audiences are stupid as shit.
Sometimes reviewers are stupid too, and by that I just mean they look for different things in the general audience. Godzilla or whatever. Audiences love that.
Some audiences.
Yeah.
Honestly,
you can't please everyone.
Well, I'm just gonna say it. I enjoyed the good parts of Godzilla King of the Monsters, but goddamn were the bad parts fucking abysmal.
I can't even talk. I never even watched it.
Every time humans popped up on screen, I tuned out.
That's what I hear. That's the general consensus I've heard for that movie.
But no, studios say you gotta have human characters for the audience to relate to. Those gotta be your focal point. Fuck off.
I don't want to relate to people on the screen.
I related more to Godzilla. Fuck, I related more to, each of Ghidorah's heads.
I think I'd have a really limiting term for related. See, this is why I shouldn't review things.
It's not even necessarily that you have to relate to characters, it's that you have to understand where characters are coming from. You could have characters that you don't necessarily relate to, but if you understand their motivation, then you can connect to them on a base level.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing that people don't seem to understand, like Hollywood execs and shit don't seem to understand, is that you don't need to have it to where, like, the character is, like, some fucking everyman for just people to project onto. They could be all sorts of fucking weird to where you can't really relate to them. But if you at least understand if you at least understand where they're coming from with a thing.
So you're saying Hollywood's making shitty harems?
Yes.
Wow.
Studio mandates ruin everything.
Mm-hmm.
That and having to kowtow to fucking dictatorships.
Yeah. You know what also ruins
everything? We can't have gay people in our movie because we got to sell it to Russia. And China.
Yikes.
And the Chinese government ain't keen on the gays. Nor is the Russian one.
World's just going to shit right now.
It's always been shit.
I know. It's picking up to...
It's one of those statements I always hate.
Fuck. You go first, sorry.
It's one of those statements I always hated. The world's just getting... Society's getting worse and worse. It's like, no, it's always been shit. It's just that people are finally noticing.
I was just saying, yeah, the world's always been shit, but it's like people are taking an active role now and just like being like, fuck the world. Not even like being like horrible people. It's like, yeah, the world sucks. I want to do something about it. That's what's been happening.
Yeah, like people are finally doing shit about it, and those people are being mocked.
And I really don't know why.
Well, for one, money.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to deal with climate change when the corporations don't want you to, because that would cost them money.
You mean like how, if I recall correctly, ever since I think Trump's been in power, the American Environmentalist Society has taken global warming off its website or something like that?
That sort of shit.
I really hate people.
Yeah. Or like the whole thing of the reason why ethanol fuels aren't technically legal for most vehicles to use in the U.S. is because of stuff like big oil.
Is ethanol safe or whatever?
Ethanol is less environmentally destructive, as well as a renewable resource, because of the fact that it is literally a byproduct of creating feed for cattle.
Oh, it's poopy.
No.
I'm kidding.
Byproduct of creating cornmeal.
Oh, fuck! Why aren't we using that? Corn's in everything already.
And the funny thing about this is that the fucking gas industry spread stuff on the news saying that, like, making it was like cutting in, because it used corn, cut into the production of cornmeal. It's like, no, it's the exact opposite. It's a byproduct of the process. It's just because of the fact that that gas companies realized they wouldn't be able to make as much money.
Oh my god. Here's the thing, though. If it's going to cut into the production of corn, then people are going to start making more corn to subsidize it. That's all that's going to happen.
That's not even ignoring the fact that literally cars are programmed to run worse on ethanol. Your engine treats it the same. You'll have slightly lower gas mileage, but overall, like, because of the fact that it's easy to produce and all that sort of stuff, be overall cheaper. But cars are programmed to run worse on it. Which is why, in order to get it to where your car can run, you can literally just buy a little pack that overrides that programming.
What are they going to do when they run out of gas?
I mean, there are some specific gas stations that do sell ethanol fuel, but you have to have it to where your car is specifically marked to be able to use that. Despite the fact that you could literally go into your car and hack it to reprogram, but that's technically illegal.
But, like, seriously, when gas runs out, what are they gonna fucking do then?
Starve.
Like, hopefully. No one's thinking ahead right now. Like, goddamn.
No! It's all about money. It's always been about money. That's why the world's shit.
Can I move to Alternia?
Everyone's dead.
Exactly.
Fucking big space squid did the glub. Everyone died.
Just let me start. Let's start over, please. I don't care if the sun will fucking burn me alive. If that dude in the fucking Hive Swap Friend sim can get through it, then I can. I just need the help of Doc Scratch.
Oh god, don't trust his help. Anyway.
Fucking hell, right? Or
still your yeah. Wait. No.
oh wait.
Oh wait.
The
Oh
creature's
no, it's
head
still my
slowly
line.
changing.
It's still my line. Hey, it's Sonic, Mike spoke up. Why are his arms blue? Roger asked, a look of concern on his face.
This is some BM shit right here.
Some BM?
That's like in Sonic Boom he has blue arms, I think, and that
Okay.
might be what he's referencing if this is that, recent.
Oh, I was gonna pull up the Sonic movie model. I guess
That
they
too.
did do the redesign. I don't remember. But he has blue arms.
Yeah, and Sonic Boom, if I recall, Sonic Boom,
he does
the
have blue
fucking
arms.
airplane thing. I mean the TV show, Wiki, Google.
Both of them have blue arms.
Can I just show you this picture of Sonic Boom, and I want your opinion on it. Okay.
Weirdly enough, the cartoon is better than the fucking game. Or what?
Oh, anything can be better than the game.
Yeah.
It's a real treat that the show is just as good as I've heard it been compared to what it is.
I mean, the show gave us that Knuckles explains feminism line. Which is the funniest things to me because it captures, like, fuck. Oh, God. What the fuck?
I know!
But, like, it captures fucking corporate feminism so well. Because that's the whole thing, is, like, fucking, like, quote-unquote feminism when it's used in, like, movies and shows is, like, fucking lean-in feminism, where it's not actually feminist, it's just pretending to be because it can make money that way.
Tails has a joke about how he thinks corporations should stop ruining, like, old products or something like that, too. They throw a lot of shade like that in that series, if I recall.
It's like, doesn't bringing attention to the fact that it's a girl doing this actually make it seem like it's more unusual for this to be happening, when in reality you shouldn't be doing that way, that it seems more natural?
Yeah. That show knew exactly what it was getting itself into and just embraced it. Like, everyone's probably going to hate us right off the go, but we're going to have fun with this.
Oh, God. Okay, now it's your line. The creature's head.
The creature's head slowly turned. And turned. And turned.
Oh, God.
Just looking directly behind him, looking at Tom and his friends who were now looking at the creature face to face. The creature was smiling a demented smile and spoke in that fake Sonic voice, which was now a slow, eerily perverted tone as the rest of his body twisted until his whole front side was facing them.
So many souls to I'm fast at everything. So many souls to play with, so little time.
And then the creature began to transform again. Tom's friends shot out of their seats and backed towards Tom in fear as they watched the monster's eyes blacken. Leave!
Oh, also, this is, again, at least in fucking It Part 1, it was the whole thing where Pennywise just burst out of the screen. Like, showed up on the projection. It's like, wait, he shouldn't, like, again, that was done better than this, because it was a whole bunch of, it was like a family photo album where he shouldn't have been there. So all of a sudden you have him show up in there, like, wait, what the fuck is going on? And then they can't get the photos to stop rifling through, so it's like, well, that's fucking weird. And then all of a sudden he just kind of like leaps out of the screen. It's like,
did any of them try to turn off the projector?
Yes. They couldn't.
Just leave the room.
They were in a garage, and it was the whole thing of like it was the whole thing of everyone was panicking. But again, that was at least a whole thing where it's like, you know what should be in those photos. That shouldn't be there. So it makes sense for people to be panicking like that.
Yeah.
And that's ignoring the fact that, like, in this case, it's just a fucking for all they know, it's just a fucking video game. There's no reason for them to be reacting like this.
Maybe they're just scared of video games.
Like, it's the whole thing of, like, it's not even, like, well done scares or anything, like...
Yes,
or, like,
everything
the way,
about this sucks.
It's the way that they're reacting that makes no fucking sense. Like, people, like, talk shit about, like, fucking people who do, like, horror games on YouTube and shit. But that thing's a whole combination of being on camera causing you to play up your emotions slightly more just instinctually.
Yep.
As well as the fact that they're typically in an environment where they are by themselves with the lights off and shit like that, so it's just them in the video game. So at least whenever they jump and shit, it makes sense. This is a whole bunch of people in a room together. God.
Like how they all got behind Tom too, and like they made him the
that's
sacrificial
the whole
lamb.
thing. Is like it's this over-the-top reaction shit. Like someone jumping in their chair and screaming, "Yeah, sure, whatever."
Ooga booga!
Oh God, like something like that. Yeah, sure, fine, that makes sense. Whatever. They were startled by a thing that happened on the screen. When a horror YouTuber does something like that, yeah, sure, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, and that's fine. If you want people not to be scared of fucking horror video games, watch fucking Critical. He doesn't get scared by those games. He just makes stupid jokes the whole time.
Well, I will say, like, there is a whole thing where it's like, whenever I'm watching those games or anything like that, just the sudden noise and something popping up on screen, it's like, okay. Like, I jump a bit because it's an unexpected thing.
Well, duh.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, is like, yeah, that makes sense. And with like a lot of the horror YouTubers, like the whole thing is that it's supposed to be a stream of consciousness thing. So it's like, yeah, it makes sense that there was like a yelp from them and they jumped.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's one of those things. Like people always say, "Oh, it's all so fake and shit," and it's like, okay, that's someone who's clearly never been on camera before.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Look at that loser, never been on a fucking camera. Fucking got him.
But yeah, that's that whole thing. Like when you're on camera, you're going to especially if it's the kind of thing where it's like you've been doing this for a while, you immediately get into that mindset. So all that shit is subconscious. It's not like, all right, and I jump now.
That's kind of hard to do because if you're expecting a jump scare and there's not one, people are gonna call you out.
Exactly. Like that's the whole thing. Is that like not only do you get used to being in that mindset for that sort of thing, but I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like,
I get where you're coming from.
like people who bitch about that sort of thing. It's just like, God, you are so fucking dumb when it comes to this shit.
Stupid head, get out of here. All right, where the fuck was I? Tonka's sea creature was growing taller and lankier, his limbs looking like they were stretching out of his skin, revealing nothing but black. As the fur darkened and grew more wild, the skin more sickly pale, an X-shaped cut began to form across the creature's chest. The cracks were forming in the blackness of the eyes over the dark blue fur. So this thing was truly monstrous.
Yeah, it's kind of like whenever you're like with your friends, like watching a movie, like whenever like a fucking jump scare happens or some shit, you're gonna jump.
Yeah.
You're gonna make noise.
Unless you're intentionally one of those people who are like, I gotta act tough, can't jump.
Yeah. Which that's... Oh, God. What the fuck is that? It's a character model in a game. What the fuck is that? Again, character model in a game. Mike screamed, clinging into his terrified girlfriend as he saw the creature transform. Again, it's also not one of those things where it's like describing it as something that should not be. It's just, it started stretching.
Honestly, I think the only way to do video game fear properly is that whole trapped in the video game thing, or play off the whole technology fear, information fear.
Okay, Ben Drowned was like an ARG, the whole haunted video game thing. But the thing that did is that it wasn't entirely in the video game. Like, you had the video game footage that was happening. It was like, okay, yeah, that's pretty fucking weird. What's that all about? And then you have it to where, like, conversations, like, really bizarre conversations that didn't seem like they were just robotically created, happening with like that one chatbot,
Cleverbot or whatever.
Yeah, Cleverbot. Happening with Cleverbot. It's like, okay, that's weird. It's referring to the thing. Yeah. Like it's referring to the shit that's happening in the game. That's weird. And then it's also the whole thing of like describing the nightmares he's been having at the same time. Like, yeah. That was that better done because it was this full-fledged thing that actually went into all that shit. But at the same time, that wasn't a creepypasta. That was an ARG.
Yeah.
And granted, yeah, there are some shit-tier ARGs out there, but it's the whole thing. You have to put in some fucking effort. You have to actually be trying. You can't just say, and then spooky thing happened.
But and spooky thing did happen.
Like, say what you will about fucking Lovecraft, but at least he would like describe like all the weird shit with the creatures and shit. Like this thing that should not be, forms that no human mind could comprehend, let alone witness and stay sane, shit like that. And so your mind comes up with shit.
Wait, so it was random shapes you can't describe, and it kept moving around, like in different shapes?
Kinda, yeah.
What the fuck? I'm just picturing myself standing there, and it's just like an amorphous blob just shaking randomly, and I'm just like, okay, this is weird, I'm gonna back up now.
But yeah, it's the whole thing of like shit getting described as like all sorts of weird and fucked up, and it's like, okay, yeah. This, I can understand why this was scary at the time. This sort of thing where it's just like, it started stretching.
Yeah, ooh, I stretch.
What happened to Sonic? He's stretching.
A long boy gang.
Oh, God. Mike screamed, clinging. I don't fucking know. Vicky
Mike
yelled in
screamed,
response.
oh God.
Who was clinging onto Mike herself, her eyes wide with shock. Tom was at a loss for words as he looked at the creature's smiling face. 2 red dots faded into view on its black eyes as its head tilted slightly and it spoke again, its voice more feral, vicious.
Wouldn't you all agree?
That's also the whole thing with, like, good horror. It's not that you're, like, jumping out of your seat, just because, like, oh, thing happened. It's more like just this overwhelming, creeping feeling of dread and fear keeps you just locked into your seat, unable to move.
Yeah, like I said, if I was ever going to do technological horror, I'd play off the fear of information stealing.
Well, that's also the whole thing, is like that sort of thing can be well done with like instead of going a supernatural angle, you do something like that. You have it to where it's real fear.
Yeah.
Like real world horror of like your shit getting stolen and your life being ruined and shit.
Yeah, just imagine just looking around online and you're just, your house is listed somewhere. Like, and you just click on it, and then all your information's there. People know everything about you.
Oh God! And now I'm just flashing back to the fact that what the fuck was it called? Countdown happened. Oh God! What honestly would have made the movie better, in my opinion?
What movie are we talking about?
Countdown.
Never watched it. Sorry.
It just recently came out. It's the whole thing of like, there's this app that tells you when you're gonna die. Honestly, I think it would have been better if instead of because the whole thing is like, oh, if you use the thing to avoid your own death, it suddenly tells you that you fucking void the terms of service or whatever the shit, and now you're gonna have a demon coming after you. But honestly, what would work better is if you did like a whole final destination type thing, in which it's merely that the app tells you when you're going to die. You can't really change it or anything like that. And if you try to, it just kind of leads to your demise. So it's not that the app's killing you. It's just that you can't escape.
Yeah.
Make it more of an existential horror.
I could just picture someone just being like, oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, that's cool, I guess.
We gotta have jump scares.
You gotta have that spooky.
People ain't gonna watch if you no jump scares. The creature then began to reach a hand towards them as if it was planning to grab them, and Tom could see the hand was black, the scariest color. Wait.
Come on, bruh.
Wait a minute. The scariest color, if you're the kind of person who makes a habit of wearing pointed white hoods. Ending in long, sharp...
Shut up! Dude, really? You're gonna pull that card?
I'm sorry, it was an easy joke.
It was. Oh,
and that's how you do Mel Gibson style... Not Mel... Holy shit. Mel Brooks style humor, you bitch.
It was the scariest of colors. What?
Those dumbasses out there like, oh, you can't make a Mel Brooks movie out nowadays. You ain't fucking Mel Brooks, motherfucker. You ain't got the fucking talent. Hell, Mel Brooks got upset at other people trying to make Mel Brooks movies, Mel Brooks style movies, because they kept fucking it up. Just, okay, real thing. Like, basically, like, there was this one movie. It was like kind of a dark comedy whole thing, and like part of it took place in a fucking concentration camp, and like the message of the movie was supposed to be about how like humans can overcome anything and whatnot. And Mel Brooks fucking Brooks fucking hated it. He's like, no, you can't overcome that shit. Like, that is some dark, fucked up shit that you cannot handle.
Being like, in a concentration camp? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, the whole thing is that Mel Brooks was very much, like, he was a Jewish man that spent most of his time making fun of Nazis because fuck them.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of the whole thing with his humor, on top of the fact that he just threw, like, every joke at the wall and saw what stuck. That's why the whole thing, if you pay attention to his movies, it's just constant, non-stop, rapid-fire jokes. Some of those didn't age well. For instance, most of the jokes about gay people.
Yeah, I can see that not aging well.
Yeah, it's the whole thing, though. It's like, you can't make Blazing Saddles nowadays. Like, well, if you got fucking talent, you can. You don't got talent, motherfucker. That's the whole thing. Like, he never showed any black people getting lynched in the movie because he himself was like, no, that'd be too fucking far.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all this stuff. Like, he knew when to hold back. Most people that are like that don't know when to hold back. They just are like, dude, that's fucked up. Oh, I was just making a joke. Fuck off.
Dark humor has a very special place in many people's hearts, but there's a limit to dark humor.
Dark humor doesn't work without restraint.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Tom, turn it off, Roger screamed as everyone was backing away and screaming.
I can't.
Tom began to see why. The hand looked like it would be coming out of the projection scream towards them. In a moment of frightened instinct, Tom lunged toward his laptop and slammed his finger down on the power button regardless of how hot the computer was, shutting it down as he unplugged it from the projector, which also turned off.
Oh. That.
Again, if you had mentioned the whole thing that it seemed like it was leaving the screen earlier and actually into detail about that sort of shit, that could have been.
Yep, but nope. They were getting this instead.
It's just the whole thing of describing character reaction. So it's like, these people are scared. Be scared.
Woo! Be scared with them.
Character says this is scary. It's scary.
Trust me, it is 100% spooky certified. Alright, let's see. The giant black clawed hand that was in the room with them was gone. Silence. Tom was sweating and breathing quickly as he looked up at his laptop's black screen. Mike had fallen over the desk and his panic, and Vicky was on the floor with him. Hugging him while looking at the blank projector screen, Roger was back up against the wall. You all saw that, right? You shakingly sputtered. I mean, it wasn't just me. You all saw that, right? God, I hope we didn't, Tom muttered in response. What the fuck was that? Mike asked a third time as Vicky helped him. This is when you, like, sit your friend down or just like, listen, buddy, we're going to have to throw your laptop out.
They're going to have to throw it in the river. Tom, what the hell kind of game did Kyle give you?
Yeah, what the fuck, Kyle? I can't believe you do this.
Nah, I'm just imagining your friend Kyle just like emailing Tom a game. It's like, what the fuck, Kyle? Granted, that Kyle is like one of the most restrained of your friends that I've dealt with, so I'm not sure he would do that, but
no, he's sadly a very nice person, and that's why I fucking hate
him. Sadly, he's a good person.
It's just really obnoxious how nice he is. It really pisses me off.
Vicky demanded to know, desperate. I don't know, Tom responded defensively. What kind of thing is that we just saw? That was definitely not Sonic.
No shit!
Yeah, no shit, man, Mike groaned. Suddenly the classroom door opened, and before they could say anything, and then a teacher came in. What the hell is going on in here? The teacher demanded. You shouldn't be in here during the evening, especially when there's a killer. in here. Stupid.
You're right. They think there's a murder on the.
Shit, when did this come out? Was this after It Part 1? I think we need to, like, check. Tom and his friends tried to explain the situation to the teacher, but he wouldn't have any of it. Ah, fuck. I'm gonna scroll up the top to see if there was a release date. In Sonic Mother of Fuck, this page is so long, like my penis.
Yeah, the tags were hilarious. I read them yesterday.
Yeah, I just saw that one. Like, I haven't been paying attention to that. Is there a thing that tells me when this came out? Like, end of chapter... Well, what? File extensions, okay. Well, at least the author realized his mistakes and is attempting to improve his story.
What?
Okay, 9 days ago, September 29th, September 28th. Was this earlier this year? Oh my god!
This came out this year. Is
This
that what
might
you're
have.
telling me?
The comments are all from this year.
Let's see. So what's this? This is Sonic.exe Remake, right?
Yep.
Remake.
Oh, fuck. How long have we been reading?
It's been over an hour.
Okay, well, we need to finish this chapter.
I know.
Oh, God.
I don't like this.
What?
I don't like this story. It sucks.
I'm trying to figure out how bad Creepypasta apparently got through it in 3 episodes.
He doesn't get distracted, and he probably sped Reddit. You know.
It's 3 people, and they're constantly getting angry.
How long are the episodes?
Over an hour.
Maybe we're just retarded. Fuck, I'm not supposed to say that, right? My bad. Whoops, I said it again. Oof.
You only said it once.
No, I mean, like, again, like, you know,
Oh.
even though I'm not supposed to, you know?
We actually did have one comment that was like, you guys are a lot more chill than bad Creepypasta.
Really?
I'm trying to remember what it was on. It was like, yeah, a lot more relaxed and easy to listen to.
Well, that's
some
sweet.
shit.
Let's see. Is it
Granted,
Milo
like,
in there?
that's better than all, like, the edgy bullshit comments we get.
We get edgy bullshit comments?
Yes.
People actually comment?
Yes. Most of the comments are absolute fucking cancer. Don't look in the comments section, children.
Bet, I'm gonna look
And
at
if
it
you're commenting and don't see the cancer, you probably are the cancer.
I'm gonna look up the comments. Yay!
Okay. No, just fucking read your line.
Oh, I have cancer now. Enough excuses, he grumpily stated. Just get back to your dorm rooms and don't let me catch any of you out here of your dorm rooms. Without saying anything, they left a room, Tom carrying his laptop. After a while, they began conversing. Jesus, fuck, that was weird. Roger spoke up. No kidding.
Oh,
I
God.
knew that thing was a freaking Sonic fanboy, Mike replied.
What the fuck?
What?
Do you think we just all imagine that hand coming out? Roger asked, a hint of worry in his voice. Would we all imagine it? Vicky asked in return, a look of doubt on her face. I don't know, but there's no way that could have been real. We had to have been hallucinating it. Tom was sure Roger was in a small state of denial from what had just happened, but he didn't feel like calling him out on it. Right now, he had other things on his mind.
I've got better things to do than call up my loser friends.
My friends are all losers. Help me.
God, I hate my loser friends. Let's see. Did
he?
Did he and his friends really hallucinate, or did the creature actually try to grab them? Tom honestly couldn't think of. Wait.
Oh no. Anyway, it was anyway.
Anyway, we should probably head back into our dorms. That was a weird game, Tom, but it was fun hanging out with you during it. Roger said, "Yeah, you two man." Tom responded, "See you guys later." With that, everyone went their separate ways in the hallway, and Tom went to his own dorm room, placing his laptop on his desk and sitting on his bed, looking back on what had occurred moments before.
Oh God, traumatic experience. Anyway, it was great hanging out with you.
I am traumatized, but I had fun.
I've been traumatized.
Yikes, I got traumatized.
Gravity Falls. Did he and his friends really hallucinate, or did that creature actually try to grab him? Tom honestly couldn't think of a way to rationalize what had happened, as much as he deeply wanted to. He didn't want to admit that he had experienced something supernatural, and that there wasn't a rational way to explain what had happened.
I've been looking at your comment sections, and I have only found one comment on one video. If I remember right, Jack the Ripper is a loli in the Fate series, and so is that giant blue cow. Forgot his name.
Yeah,
Paul Bunyan.
Again, Paul Bunyan's from Lumberjack Tales, and Jack the Ripper was a fucking asshole.
Also, when I said everyone is treated horribly the same way or whatever, I didn't mean in the entire world overall. I meant in the eyes of the people who made Fates. Everyone's an equal game.
Yeah. It's the whole I'm not upset at the Fate series now that I realize that it wasn't them doing that. It was just the whole thing.
But they did with a loli.
It was just the whole thing of taking an actual person who was known for fighting for his people. It's not the whole gender bending fucking King Arthur, whatever. King Arthur isn't real. King Arthur doesn't fucking exist.
I'm sorry, all you Europeans, but King Arthur isn't real.
Well, yeah, the best we can tell is that he may have been based off of an actual Celtic knight, a Celtic knight from before Christianity invaded the area. But fucking Geronimo was a real person. He fought tooth and nail for his people, and before he was finally arrested. And his one regret before he died was getting arrested.
Fuck jail.
Or surrendering.
Ah, I see. Again, fuck jail.
It's that sort of thing. That's what bugs me. Is the fact that this is a legit person who fought for his people, tooth and nail, within recent history. There are photographs of him.
And then all those fan artists are just but what if...
Sexy Native American lady.
Yeah, it's that thing. I'm not upset at the fucking Fates games. I'm upset at the fan artists.
God, we still have all those fucking Stephanie Meyer pictures.
Ugh. Which ones?
Just the Stephanie Meyer series, Midnight Sun.
Yeah.
I just look down, I see this dude's dumb, stupid face on every single one.
Whole bunch of Robert Pattinson.
Yep.
I mean, we still have another Stephanie Meyer thing that we have to do at some point.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It was Stephanie Meyer trying to prove that she could write women by writing a story where it was a vampire character. That was a woman.
Oh boy, more vampires.
She was wrong.
This
Anyway.
person's actually commented on a lot of stuff. That's pretty cool.
Which that person who
who talked about the loli?
Yeah. They've commented on a lot of stuff, and they've actually been kind of a cool, supportive person.
Cool. I should give them a gentle handy when I see them again. What?
Anyway, read your line.
Oh right, I have responsibilities.
We have to finish this chapter. We're almost done.
The next day?
That scared him.
As he also began to think of how coincidental this all seemed. The killer was starting the college, and now tomorrow was the weekend, and Tom sailed for bed. He resolved to look more into the case Green was investigating.
Fucking white people in horror movies. Oh, there's a weird video game that doesn't make much sense that my friend sent me before he died. Also, people are dying. With weird shit happening to their computers.
Big think. I wonder what could cause it.
There's noise in attic. I should investigate.
I was about to say something really mean too. Yeah, all the white people are dumb, but it's always the black guy who dies first.
That's just because of Hollywood's relationship to black people.
Can we just delete Hollywood and start over?
God damn, it's so fucking corporate.
Mm-hmm.
We can't have the black person be the protagonist. White people aren't going to watch her movie.
What? No. I like Into the Spider-Verse. It took that entire thing and said, "Fuck you."
Yeah, I'm just saying that's the corporate thinking of it. Like, but what if we had a black person as protector? Nah, we can't do that. Just a whole bunch of like fucking middle, like fucking like 50-year-old white guys behind their desk, just at a conference table. Nah, we can't do that. How are we gonna sell tickets? A movie with a black guy? That'll never sell.
I've been watching this one guy called Operation. He's got like a series called Operation Black Steel, and it's pretty much just a black dude, or African American. I don't know how I should be describing this.
Most black people aren't gonna care.
Yeah,
it's just a whole thing of so long as you don't say the blacks.
Yeah, but he pretty much like uses the Boondocks and to like explain racial problems and just what it's like
the
to be.
Boondocks was a great exploration of that shit.
Yeah, and it's just he talks about a lot of stuff like that, and just being as a black person, just going through like what it's like to be, and like how the Boondocks reflects a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, and
I can't do it justice off the top of my head like this.
And it's also one of those whole things of like people watching movies want to see people who look like them overcoming challenges.
I feel like
that's the subconscious thing behind it.
Subconscious, right? Yeah.
And so, with the majority of people in Hollywood being white,
it's subconsciously, either intentionally or not, white.
Yeah. He went. Okay, goddamn. The next day, Tom headed to the library looking to find something that could prove useful to the investigation. After signing in, he looked through the books first on his way to the computers. After a short browse, he stumbled across one of his favorite books, Beneath the Layers of Reality by Jack Cranley. He was a fan of Jack Cranley's novels and thought about checking out a couple copies himself once he was done. He sat in front of a computer, logged in with the student ID, and began his...
I'm a computer.
You don't need to explain what ID he used. You could just say he logged in.
He even calls it a student ID. Like, what the hell, dude?
Say he logged in. People are going to be like, okay, he logged into the computer. They aren't going to think, but how did he log in?
And with what ID?
The only people who do that are the kinds of nitpicky assholes that are causing all those fucking live-action Disney remakes. I'm sorry, but just because someone who thinks that CinemaSins is a good channel has problems with your story doesn't mean that there's an issue here.
But I like CinemaSins.
Oh, God.
He's not as a reviewer. I think he's comical, but he is not a reviewer.
He is not a reviewer.
Like, yeah, let me just fix that real quick. Yeah, I don't look at him to see if a movie is good or not. I like his quips.
I'm just flashing back to fucking Red Letter Media's review of fucking A Quiet Place. It's the kind of movie that people who think that CinemaSins is a good review channel would consider a bad movie. Why do they have all this stuff on the whiteboard? It's to convey stuff. It's like it's only there to convey stuff to the audience, like it's a movie or something. Ding.
CinemaSins is just like watching a movie with one of your friends who likes to make funny quips every 5 seconds. Yeah. Good sometimes, but when you really want to watch the movie, no.
Also, one of those
thing skips to the sins because it's quicker.
Yeah, unlike Mahler, in which his fucking quote-unquote reviews are fucking 5 hours long.
Oh, God.
And the actual review is only the last 15 minutes.
Please, no. God, no. What is this man thinking?
Well, we're talking about we're talking about someone who, it teams up with the rags on the regular. Clearly, he's not in his best mind.
Right, all right.
But why is he called Black Panther? They never explained that. Plot hole. Plot holes are technically a thing, but people never mention it right. It's just like the whole thing of how fucking CinemaSins got people crying Deus Ex Machina for every little thing. It's like, no, that's not how that works.
Yeah, I like Cinema Wins too. I've been watching him a lot more than
Cinema Wins is a good channel. I fucking love that movie. It's the only thing that ever actually made me think Okay, there is an in-universe justification for the Martha thing if you don't think about it, if you don't think about the fact that they're the same name. Like, he actually, like, put some effort into it. It's not like he's trying to explain away problems. It's just a whole thing of... Because that's also the whole thing with movies. Like, there's two reasons for everything that happens in a movie. The in-universe reason and the meta-narrative reason. Like, the meta-textual.
Yeah.
Why did this happen in movie? Oh, well, because the character was motivated to do this. Why did it happen outside the movie? Oh, well, because the studio said to, or because it alludes to this theme.
Yeah.
And so the whole thing of, yes, the metatextual reason for, like, the whole Martha thing was, oh, it'll be, like, so interesting if, like, both their moms had the same name, and that'll really put a twist on things. But the in-universe reason was, wait, you care about someone?
Yeah. You actually like someone? Hold up.
Because that was the whole thing of like, oh, he's a superpowered alien, therefore he's not really going to care about it. So if there's any problems, we have to deal with them. Granted, still not a good movie, but at least there is like some sort of in-universe justification. Yeah. I'm not defending...
also just a good boy.
Oh yeah, he is a lovely boy. And it's a lot better than all those other cinema sins, like rip-off channels, like fucking like everything wrong with this TV episode.
I like gaming sins because he gets it and he's doing it as a joke pretty much. But other than that, I haven't really seen any other sins.
The people that understand that it's supposed to be a joke and not serious, okay. The people who take it seriously, the people that are like, nah, I'm exposing all the actual flaws with this. And it's the whole thing, like cinema sins, I get it as a joke, like that's nice and all, but the problem is that has created like just this mass of internet nitpickers.
Mm-hmm.
That has created a whole bunch of people that are like, yeah, this is how you review media, relentless nitpicking. Themes don't exist. It's all about logic.
If I'm not having fun in this movie, you can't.
Objective criticism.
What's that? Never heard of it.
It's not a thing. It doesn't exist. You can't objectively criticize art because art makes people feel different ways. Different people experience art differently.
I can't have people having opinions in my games, dude.
God damn.
Don't you know opinions are like the worst thing?
It's like the whole thing, like people saying that Citizen Kane is the best movie ever, but if you watch it nowadays, it's the whole thing that all the stuff that it set forth, like all the stuff that it was like a trailblazer for is now just common practice in movies. So it's like, is it? At the time, yes, it was the greatest movie ever made because it did stuff that no one had done before. But nowadays, it's like, well, yeah, everyone does this shit. This is all cliche.
If it's the Trailblazer, I'd give it props.
Oh yeah, like I'm always going to give concessions to Trailblazers, like fucking the original Black Christmas, Halloween, The Thing.
Black Christmas?
Yeah, it was the first ever slasher movie. It was a Canadian horror movie based around Christmas. It actually preludes Halloween. But people who don't know what they're talking about tend to say that Halloween was the first slasher. Or at least people who haven't done full research. There are some cases where it's like, yeah, I completely fucked up and didn't read.
Yeah. This is another, so Black Christmas was a Canadian thing, right?
Yes.
And Halloween was an American thing?
Yes.
I think this might just be another America the Best kind of thing.
Well, that's not even getting into the fact that those movies were heavily influenced by Giallo films, which are Italian.
Giallo, huh? He's got a cool name.
As well as the fact, possibly, which also there was possibly some influence from French Extremity.
That sounds like a very blood-filled movie. That's all I gotta say to that.
Gruesome, gory, sexual, shit like that.
Ew.
But that's the whole thing, is like, there's influence from all this shit. So you can never say the origin of slasher movies is this, because, okay, but what led to that?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
We really get distracted so easily during this story. We hate it that much. Is it my turn? He looked?
Yeah. He went on Google.
He went on Google and then searched up on the murders, being sure to specify the snapped jaws and the broken laptops. And so, as he did so, no surprise to me, a lot of articles regarding the murders came up. Tom looked through one. Same details as what Green told him. People found in their homes, mouth ripped open, their esophaguses torn apart, at the inside, their laptops damaged in some way. Everything.
It's almost as if those laptops are probably something that you should be looking for, not just things that are immediately malicious, but actually just any software on there and actually dig through it.
Mm-hmm. But no, we have to delay this movie even fucking longer. And by fuck.
Movie?
This thing is
Coming to
like one of those
Hollywood,
people
the
who have to like make
Sonic.exe movie.
Hold on. This is like one of those things where like a movie is just a bit longer than it needs to be because it has to be a feature-length film or whatever the fuck, you know?
I believe there's a quote out there of, a good movie is never long enough and a bad movie never ends soon enough.
Yeah.
He looked through several more articles. He was still quite surprised at how many people had been killed in such a cruel and monstrous way, but nevertheless he continued reading. I don't know, maybe they were all just killed by a tiny King Kong.
I'm saying, if you kill somebody the same way over and over, they're technically also a serial murderer, so maybe you've got one of those on your hands, stupid head.
I don't know, I was just flashing back to that one scene from like that the King Kong movie that had Jack Black in it, where it just like grabs the dinosaur's mouth and like snaps its jaws like it's just a tiny King Kong.
No, here's the thing. If it's from the Sonic.exe thing, it's not just a tiny King Kong. It's a tiny Sonic Kong.
I mean, granted, now all I'm thinking about is the Rajang Devil Joe turtle.
Yep.
Where it tries that, can't, it just says fuck it and just decks Devil Joe into the ground. My favorite thing is that same turf war is used for Ruiner Nergigante.
Yeah. I'm gonna rip your fucking jaws off.
Never mind, this isn't working.
Fuck you, you're on the ground now. And then Ruiner Nergigante is like, no, you're on the ground, bitch.
Also, I love, like, also Rajang in the Ruiner Nergigante's turf war. That was just hilarious to me, like, because it's also a whole thing of, like, Rajang has to expend all this energy to do that, and meanwhile Rajang just, like, after getting uppercut, just, like, bitch slaps Rajang. Like, fuck off, I'm leaving.
I really want a turf war where one of the lower species on the end does something to like fuck with it, like the bigger one.
Yeah.
I'm talking like a great Jagras fucking with something.
Oh, yeah. Well, I am kind of disappointed that, like, Odogaron, despite the fact that it's, like, supposed to be the top-tier predator in its habitat, doesn't have a proper turf war with Devil Joe. I mean, it does have one with Acidic Glavenus, but in which it, like, dodges the tail and hops on its back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
But nevertheless, he continued reading. Eventually, he came across peculiar, unrelated stories in these articles, particularly ones about a cult that seemed to have become active around the same time the murder started. Tom thought this is odd, but he figured he'd ask Green about it when he called him again.
Then Tom began to wonder something, remembering Derek saying how the computers were always found with their screens broken and their batteries completely drained. He then proceeded to look up on how it was happening. Unfortunately, too, this was when most of the searches ended up resulting in the usual articles regarding computers' batteries dying, such as old batteries, poor CPU design, or overall neglectance. He then began to think about what the creature said last time he played the game. So many souls to play with. He repeated the words in his thoughts.
What the fucking, cult thing? I'm just thinking about, like, one of the monsters in the one of the gods in the Yogg mythology that apparently always, like, takes the form of a statue of Dionysus. But like that's what oh god, I should probably have a thing in Unmasked where Dionysus actually, like, mentions that. Like, I really fucking hate that guy.
Fuck him in particular, by the way.
I have it to where in universe Dionysus throws wild parties. He doesn't even actually announce where they're going to happen. People just show up.
How do you show up for a party that you're not... Okay, whatever.
Well, at least he doesn't invite mortals to them. Mortals just show up. Like,
how does one show up at a party?
Well, it's not like it's a house party. It's typically more like a fucking, like, rave in the woods and shit like that.
We're raving in the woods tonight, boys.
With
Get
a
ready.
lot of booze.
Luckily, a lot less dismemberment than there used to be.
Well, yeah.
That used to happen at Dionysus parties.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah, they'd either be the people that were dismembered or cattle, because they were cattle were sacred to Dionysus, and therefore dismembering them like that was considered a sacrifice to him. Kind of like how Hecate, the goddess Hecate, considered, or is it Hecate? Underworld goddess of magic in Greek mythology. Dogs were considered sacred to her, and so people would sacrifice dogs.
Yeah, this thing is sacred, so let's kill it.
Let's kill it to send it to her. She's just down in Hades with like 50 ghost dogs.
Nice.
This is nice and all, but did you have to kill them?
I could just picture them just being like, all right, like, you know, somebody's like, you know, like a whatever the fuck you'd call like the followers or like the teachers of those people. It's like, congratulations on dying and being my follower. You now get to help me train these millions of fucking dogs I have for the rest of your, you know, existence, I guess. You're just constantly in doggy daycare care every day.
You die and Hades just puts you on Hecate duty. I mean,
Yep.
Hecate duty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Fuck.
Is it my
Anyway. No. It's my line. You finished yours. Then he Googled souls.
Oh, was that the last of your line?
No,
Alright,
that was
cool.
the beginning.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay.
Oh my God. I had to stop. Because holy shit. He found an interesting article called the 21 Grams Experiment, a scientific study back in the early 1900s theorizing how human souls had mass. A soul is believed to weigh exactly, specifically 21 grams, and when the body dies and the soul leaves the body itself loses at least 3/4 of an ounce of its own weight, or 21 grams, just like the soul. I know about this study. This isn't what actually happened. It's actually that's how much the body's mass increased.
Oh.
Just like how your body mass, your body's weight technically increases when you sleep.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
So if I
'Cause it
don't
was the
sleep,
whole
I'll never
thing
get fat.
No, you'll just get fatter. But it was the whole thing of like, okay, if the soul exists, that means it probably is physical, and therefore it would likely have a mass. So we're going to weigh people just before and just after they die.
That sounds incredibly cute, actually. Like the kind of thing your kid would try to say, and you're like, oh, okay, sweetie, go ahead and try that.
Yes, weigh dead bodies, little Johnny.
Exactly. Little Johnny's
Weigh
gonna learn
the corpses.
Do it, Johnny. Weigh the corpses.
My patron demands death.
My patron demands snacks, so I'll be right back.
God, no, I'm just has-been hotel. Out of the store just, like, fucking radiates patron energy. He's not the warlock, he's the fucking patron. I don't care what anyone says. Anyways,
All
your
right.
line.
Is it finally time for me to read?
Yes.
Can I read?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really? However, before Tom could continue reading anymore, he heard the college intercom go off. His blood ran cold the minute he heard the announcer's voice, nerved and slightly shaken. Attention all students, there's been another murder. All students report to the atrium immediately.
Atrium. Oh, God. Okay, we are now on chapter 6. Okay. Well, we talked about some interesting things today.
Mm-hmm.
Just a shame that none of them were the story.